TV. And today we're going to hear about a way you and your family can celebrate the new year a few days early, or maybe a day early. And that is with the Mississippi Museum of Natural Science. Joining us is our favorite, Miss Nicole Smith. Hey, Nicole.
Hey, Rebecca. How's it going?
It's going good. How are you feeling, friend?
I am alive and well after a very vigorous root canal this morning so that my lips are working and I'm actually speaking words you can understand. This is pretty awesome.
I appreciate it. This counts, Nicole, as my first guest to have an interview less than 24 hours after a root canal. So we're going to give you another gold check on things that only Nicole Smith does here on Good Things. Okay, are you ready to ring in the new year, though? Because this is something you guys have done, I think, a few years in a row now, and people look forward to it.
Yeah, we love our New Year event. Like, it is a weird and wonderful way of doing a New Year celebration family style. So it's called the Almost New Year's event. And so it's actually going to be on the 30th. It's Saturday instead of actual New Year's Eve, which is on the 31st. And it's in the early evening from like 6 to 8 p.m. So, really easy for families, lots of fun stuff to do. And, of course, the thing that draws a lot of people is the balloon drop. We drop 2 nets filled with 1,000 balloons, and there are all sorts of little prizes in those balloons. Everything from stuff that kids love, like candy or glow-in-the-dark tattoos, to a 1-year full family membership, which is kind of a great gift. So. Yeah, we kind of nerd out a little bit and have a lot of fun stuffing those balloons and getting them ready.
How many balloons do you and your team have to stuff, Nicole?
1,000.
Oh.
Yeah. It's
when do y'all get started with that?
Each net gets about 500 balloons.
When do y'all get started blowing those up?
So we actually started today. So we do it in tiers. We have shifts of people that do the inflation. It takes some time and organization, but it goes really nicely. And then, of course, we've got the games, too, because we do a lot of glow-in-the-dark games for this. So some of it's classic games that you like tic-tac-toe, but we also have built our own small glow-in-the-dark bowling set and a dinosaur toss beanbag game, and lots. It's just so many little things. It's a lot of fun. We have, I think it's something like 12 different games, even an enormous, oversized glow-in-the-dark twister game. We even have a build-it glow-in-the-dark fort and an experiment station this year, too, where since balloons are kind of the focus of New Year, we do a thing with different experiments with balloons that are part of the demonstration of the night.
If you've never tried to teach your kids just how to simply blow up a balloon, that's a lot of fun. Obviously, they need to be the right age because, like loose balloons can be a little dangerous. But if they are, and they can, just to try to get them to blow one up is always like a lot of fun, Nicole. Like, just because it takes, it's not like you can just grab it and do it. I mean, you can as an adult, but for kids, they have to think about it. And so it's mind-boggling when they can't seem to actually get the balloon to engage and get bigger. And when they do, they're like, yay, look at me. Science, right?
Well, balloons are exciting. They're fun, yeah. And we try to only do balloons when we do them indoors because balloons are not an environmentally responsible thing typically. And so when we do use them in any way, they're inside and they're with an experiment or they're, part of this fun little thing. And then we make sure they're like, the detritus from the balloon is properly disposed of afterward, trying to be a little responsible with things.
Of course y'all are. And have a little fun along the way. So if this is one of those things, well, if it's all glow in the dark, do you encourage folks to wear their neon and be as bright as possible?
Oh, I hope so. Man, like we had this one lady last year. It was so cool. She had shoes that she was an adult wearing those kind of awesome, like glow-in-the-dark shoes that little kids wear. And it was so great. One lady showed up in a neon yellow, lime green kind of dress. It's so fun to see what the kids show up in. And, of course, then we try to put black lights all down the aquarium hall so everything is, like, really responsive on that side. And we'll have some walking nocturnal animal encounters, too. So a couple of our educators on staff will be walking around so that you can meet some nocturnal animals. So that's kind of cool.
Those that get up and move around and play while we're all asleep at night, I think, is the ones you hear when you go outside to let your dogs out.
Well, they got the Wiggles out. They're still on that holiday high from all the delicious Christmas candies and sugars, and you might as well get the Wiggles out and come out and play and have a good night. This thing to note, though, is we are not doing at-door sales. This is an advanced ticket sales only.
So you need to get on it because you have till noon on Friday, correct?
That is right, or until supplies run out, because we have an attendance cap on this. We don't let more than 500 people come in a very big building. 500's comfortable, but we because we order cookies and lemonade. We have a few refreshments available, so we want to make sure we have enough stuff for people to enjoy, and so that's why it's an outdoor. There is no outdoor sales. That's why it's an advanced ticket online only sales.
Do you guys sell out every year?
Every year. we have yet to need to have an outdoor sale for it, and that's great because it really helps us prepare to make this as meaningful experience and as playful an experience as possible. Or even because the weather's going to be good, we're setting up the dinosaur trail right behind the museum, and we're starting to light that up with some beautiful lighting. It's kind of a glow trail for the night, and that's going to be pretty charming.
So what can a family expect in terms of tickets? I'm sure it's reasonable.
Oh, yeah, no. So if you're a member, there's a discount with it, and it's $10 a person.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, ages 3 and up, if you're under that age, you're, basically free. And if you're a non-member, it's $12 a person.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Especially to give your kids the opportunity. I think this is great if you are planning something a little more grown up for the actual, New Year's Eve. This gives you an opportunity to have that family time that maybe, you wouldn't get if you were just to focus on what you and your friends want to do. So, or you could do it both. I mean, either way. But I think it's cool.
Yeah,
I appreciate the earlier time.
Too. You want to get your little ones, engaged and fun, and maybe into bed at a reasonable hour, and then you can stay up and celebrate the New Year. I know we don't have Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve anymore, but whatever fun way that you celebrate the New Year. My husband and I always, we have a glass of wine and we pull out our happiness jar. And the happiness jar is this big, beautiful piece of pottery. And in the year, whenever we're especially grateful for something, we write it on a Post-it note and we put it in the jar. And so at the end of the year, we're counting our blessings and celebrating that.
I adore that, Nicole. That's something great for folks. If you love that, then you can go ahead and find a jar to start next year. And you can start with starting the jar there on, the January 1st and then on New Year's Day, and then sort of keeping up with that. Yeah. I love doing that, too, as a family. I may steal that from you this year, Nicole. I think that's great.
I stole it from Pinterest, or someone very smart who put something on Pinterest, and I thought, what a beautiful thing to, have a little gratitude and
look back and be reminded of all the good things.
Yeah,
you can name it your good things jar if you want to.
A negative reel about, we kind of focus on bad stuff, and what's the point in that? So, you are what you eat. So feed yourself the good things in life. Celebrate that good stuff.
I couldn't agree with that more. And one of that would be going out with a bang this year, but early enough on Saturday to get in bed a decent hour. But that's with the almost Christmas, or almost, it's not almost Christmas. Oh my God, it'll be back here before we know it, but it's almost New Year's Eve. And they have to go online to get tickets, Nicole. So where do they do that?
So if you, our web address is kind of alphabet soup. It's MDWFP.com, which is, Mississippi Department of Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks. But honestly, just Google Mississippi Museum of Natural Science. You can't miss it. It's right on our website there, and it gives you the link to buying the tickets. It's really a lot of fun. We have just built an enormous obstacle course that we're calling the Almost Nature Obstacle Course, which just got installed in the theater a minute ago. So if you need to get the Wiggles out with your kids, that's going to be a good way to be part of that night.
Well, I think it sounds like a great fun, especially with families of children at staggered ages. I think there'll be something for everybody to do and sort of enjoy. We're also going to post the link to the tickets in the Good Things Facebook group there, Nicole, so people can easily find it. And you're a trooper. I don't think you bit your tongue once, did you?
Not once. I did forget to mention one important thing, though. This event happens around what's most people's dinner time, so be comforted in the fact that we will have some refreshments for you, but on top of that, Dad's Dogs will be here selling hot dogs, and there's a really nice new coffee shop in town called the Coffee Pop-Up, and they have incredible coffee. So parents, if you need to, like, stay awake, those nice people will take your money and, like, get you coffee.
I love that, Nicole. Well, Happy New Year to you. I look forward to seeing what you guys are doing in 2024.
All right. Happy New Year. Thank you so much for having me. Y'all take care.
Y'all stick with us. More good up next.